xoxoHomegrown.
Here we are at Nauseas Place, really the birthplace of craft beer in LA because they were the first buyer of so much. So we're here at the meeting of the guilds, the San Diego, the San Francisco, and the LA Guild. As you can imagine, the LA Guild is winning in popularity tonight. We're going to be interviewing brewers that come out and asking them about the craft beer bubble. What do they think of it? All right, we found our first victims. Here they are. Now, who are you?
Gary from HoppdLA.
Mackenzie from HoppdLA.
All right, take the mic. Now, is there or is there not a bubble in craft beer? There is a new craft beer. In fact, tonight at Golden Road, there was a I Want to Be a Brewer in LA with 14 panelists, I hear.
Wow, yeah.
There's 14 panelists at Golden Road. What do you guys think of that?
You know, it's not surprising, to be honest with you. The industry's fun, it's exciting, it's growing super rapidly, but I mean, quality is going to tell all. So it all comes down to quality of beer.
And diversity of style. You know, places like Smog City, the fact that you can brew a great IPA and a great sour, a great coffee porter, that is going to be the big tell. You know, if you can go beyond just brewing one awesome beer and brew a variety of awesome beers, that's what's going to make you successful here in LA.
And at the same time, you can niche down where you have a brewery like Phantom Carriage that's brewing exclusively sours. You have El Segundo, who I know does a few different styles, but really their hoppy beer offering you can't beat in Los Angeles. So I think it really comes down to, diversity or exclusive, really owning a certain style and creating an experience that a certain niche of beer drinker is going to go after and continue to buy and seek out in their retail and go back to their tasting room. So, yeah, I mean, there is a bubble, but the guys who aren't at the quality level that's going to keep people coming back, it's going to fall out. So, the industry's going to right itself.
Do you think there's anything different about Los Angeles that makes Los Angeles different than San Diego or San Francisco? What's different about LA?
I mean, to me, it comes down to the sprawling expanse where you have places like the San Fernando Valley, the east side of Los Angeles, you have the west side, you have the South Bay, and then you have guys up in the northern areas like Lancaster, Kinetic, Bravery, where you're really kind of separating out the geographic areas of Los Angeles, and there's no trolley. There's no BART like you have in San Francisco. There's no trolley system like you have in San Diego. So you're looking at freeway access only. It's separating all of these different locations, and there's not an easy way to do it. There's a few really cool brewery tour companies that are trying to bridge those different geographic locations.
There's a lot of neighborhoods, isn't there?
There's a ton of neighborhoods, and they're all very distinct and separated out. So I'd say that's the biggest distinction.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think even with bars, I think breweries can take the same kind of way of thinking. And the best place to open up a bar is maybe next to another bar because you're creating a destination area. And same thing with breweries. You have these breweries in the South Bay that are pretty close together that you go to the South Bay to hit a number of different places. And that's kind of what it comes about. You mentioned neighborhoods. I think that's what separates LA, is that you're going to different pockets and you're going to be, solely going there to try these beers. It's not just going here to have this place. You're going to go here to have these three places. And you have Lancaster, which is, far north, and you have places up there popping up, and even more interest in Lancaster. And so, and the Valley is starting to become, with MacLeod, 818's opening up pretty soon. You have San Fernando, Pack City. So I think LA is just all about neighborhoods.
Well, where are you guys from?
Oh, born and raised in the Valley. We spent a lot of time in West LA, but I guess our roots lie in the Valley. So we're really excited to see that particular neighborhood, expand in the brewery realm. And I think it's only, as they grow and become popular, I think it's only going to get bigger.
Were you guys at MacLeod's on Sunday?
We weren't there at MacLeod. We love to be there. We had some prior commitments.
We dig what they're doing.
Yeah,
though.
we support.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, same thing that kind of speaks to the niche, right? Cask style, traditional cask style ales. you don't have other breweries doing that sort of thing. So it kind of speaks to a certain style, and I think that they'll succeed because, they're producing really great beers, in that niche.
This is the one person who has made LA Beer Week 2015 possible.
Yes, my name is Nicole Gordillo-Schimpf, and my company is called Tap and Cheer, and my company produces artisanal drink, food, and cultural events. I've been producing craft beer festivals for over 7 years, and I started an event called BAM, which stands for Beer, Art, Music Festival, at 18th Street Arts Center, and from there kind of grew. And being able to produce events, the Guild hired me both last year and this year. I came on as a stronger lead or more of a point person for the kickoff event. And this year we doubled the kickoff event. Last year there were about 1,100 people, and this year there were 3,200 people.
Sounds like a triple.
It was kind of like a triple. It meant to be a double, but it was a triple. That's in people there. Ticket sales were 2,500. You account for an additional 600 to 700 in brewers, volunteers, media comps, and basically those people. Yeah, exactly, like you guys. The amazing people that love to cover and promote what we're doing here with the Craft Beer Guild. It's basically about education, informing people about what the craft beer scene is about, their mottos and beliefs, and sourcing things locally. Yeah, I think throwing an event and throwing in a successful event such as Saturday LA Beer Week's kickoff event is primarily about a lot of planning, making sure that everybody is taken care of. There's a lot of personal interaction that happens between me and the breweries and the distributors, and as well as all the vendors that drop off tents and tables and everything else, and security and fencing, and I mean there's just so much that goes in that you basically need to be able to juggle a lot of balls. You have to have a lot of balls in the air if you're throwing an event, and I enjoy doing that, and I truly enjoy working with the LA Craft Brewers Guild. Everybody that's on that team is absolutely amazing. They put their heart and their soul into this event, into this week, and they're all donating their time. So it really says something to what they believe in and the movement as far as the LA craft beer scene.
Now, LA may be immune compared to the rest of the country, but when we start getting tripling of people at events every year and 5 times revenue for valuations, are we in a bubble? And if we are, what does that mean? Or is LA immune?
I don't think that LA is immune, and I think that it will have to take some serious consideration when we grow for next year. I think it's important not to grow an event drastically. I think it was called for this year because I think there was, we sold out. So there was definitely a desire for it. But from where we are this year to how we grow next year, I think it really needs to be monitored, and it needs to be a slow progression, because you want to attract the type of people that are really going to ask questions about the beer, that are really interested in what they're drinking. They're not there to drink the highest alcohol content beer.
Okay, we are interviewing a brewer that has not yet opened his brewery.
First of all, I'm not a brewer. I'm the owner of Iron Triangle Brewing Company.
And your name is?
My name is Nathan Cole.
Okay, and when will Iron Triangle open?
We're going to be open in September, and we got a lot to bring to the table.
And what are you going to specialize in?
We're IPA forward, dank for my friends, barrel age. We're come swinging out the gates with Jonathan Hunter and Tyler King.
Those are your brewers?
Those are my brewers.
Okay. Now, are you afraid of opening into a bubble?
There is no bubble.
Has bubbles, but
Competition is only in your mind.
okay. And as long as you have the community there,
I have the community. I'm from the best community in LA. I'm from the Arts District.
so talk about why you're opening the brewery.
First of all, my love for craft brewery. Beer is important. It brings people together. There's nothing else on this world that brings people together like beer.
That's true.
Something is really creative is bringing these people together is important. I have a great concept, Iron Triangle is something that I created off the top of my head. I'm a concept creator. My background is restaurant creation, concept creation. Iron Triangle is based off the three gentlemen from the LA Aqueduct who brought LA's first water resource to LA, which created our city. Joseph Lippincott, Fred Eaton, William Mulholland. We have them to thank for our water resource. Simple as that.
Sounds like Chinatown. Are you a native, by the way?
I'm a native, born and raised in LA County.
Okay, so this is all your history.
This is my history, this is my building's history, this is our city's history, most importantly.
And do you think that's unique to LA versus San Diego, San Francisco, Salt Lake City, or wherever?
Forgive me for saying this, but LA is just simply so much more creative. It's sad that we have not been advanced the way that we are, and we're just now picking it up. So everybody out there who's trying to build something, for anybody who's in the process now, good luck with it all. I look forward to it all. There's no competition. There's no haters. We're all here to do it together. I wish everybody the best of luck. Cheers, Iron Triangle.
Really good people. Here's Wolf Creek. Are you the brewer?
I am not, but
you
sales
work
rep. My name is Michael Leitner. I'm from Wolf Creek in Valencia, California. We're out here pouring Valencia honey wheat. That's our seasonal, real local, local ingredients, local honey, local oranges.
How long has Wolf Creek been open?
18 years.
18 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Started as a brew pub up there and full-scale brewery in the last two and a half years.
so you've been around for a long time, but there's a bubble going on now, some people say, a craft beer bubble. Do you guys think about the bubble?
Just brings more attention to craft beer lovers, and everybody's welcome.
Okay. So you guys have survived 18 years.
Absolutely.
And you'll survive another 18.
Sure. Yeah, craft beer's here to stay.
So I haven't been up to Valencia yet, but I'm going to have to.
You should.
Because you are giving me a great sales pitch, and I
Hey.
really want to be there.
Absolutely.
What's happening?
This will be some of
This isn't
the
last call.
craft beer guild voting thing, I would think. I got to get my vote in, by the way.
Okay, get your vote in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
We're down here at the infamous Naja's, trying to pick the best Brewers Guild, which of course is Los Angeles. They really brought their A game. The Highland Park Guava Passion Fruit Sour is absolutely amazing, as is the Abigail Ales for ALS, and the El Segundo Hammerland. That's what I've been drinking.
Hell yeah.
With the Strand Brewers Club. We got probably about the Strand Homebrewers Club, not to be confused with the Strand Brewing Company, although I do love Rich and Joel, they make amazing beers. Some of the first people to start this whole revolution of brewing down here in the South Bay. But we have about maybe a dozen of our members in house. This is our local bar. We're drinking good beer, celebrating the craft beer scene. Come up and talk to us about technical brewing stuff, whatever, any questions about beer. Drink a beer with us.
Reeves knows what's up.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Chris from Three Weavers Brewing Company out in Inglewood, right by LAX. This LA beer scene is blowing up so much. I've only been a part of it for the last couple years, and it's so exciting to see what's happening. And I don't think that it's necessarily a matter of a big bubble that's going to burst. I think it's something that's going to last. Los Angeles has a huge population. There's going to be enough beer to go around, and there's so many talented brewers out here. It's really, really great to see. There's only more to come from LA. It's going to be really, really awesome. We're going to be a beer destination tomorrow. All right, it's going to be sweet. So, cheers, guys.
My name is Simon, and I am with Phantom Carriage Brewery. And as to the question about the craft beer bubble and whether I think it is going to be a negative or a positive thing, I don't think it's going to be a negative thing. I think that, as you can see around me, there's a great diversity of breweries here, and we are just we're not even hitting our stride yet, I think. I think there's a lot of potential for the future, and I think it's going to be a great time in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to see how everything evolves and develops around here. So I'm real excited for the future.
I remember when Strand first came here, yeah. Yeah, at the time I was actually a member of a brew club, the Strand Brew Club, and they showed up to one of our meetings and announced that they were going to be starting up. And I guess they were it seemed like they were like, okay, we're kind of taking your name a little bit, but I don't know. Those are hazy memories.
I'm not sure of what's going on here.
Yeah, this is Kerry. He likes drinking beer too.
I do like drinking beer.
Is this a craft beer bubble?
I got a question. Why do you think there's a bubble? I mean,
I don't think it's a bubble. Like, I hear that a lot. I hear that it's a bubble. There's no bubble. Beer is beer. Like, I'll tell you, once you taste a beer, there's no bubble. Once you find out like the beer is great, you're gonna try to taste something different. You're gonna try to taste something that's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more edgy, a little bit more.
The term of bubble implies that something is overpriced, right?
Right.
And
maybe it's all the journalists making a pun about beer.
Well, maybe it's maybe it's a bunch of clickbait bullshit. It's like, oh yeah, it's a bubble or something. But to answer the question of a bubble, you walk into almost any supermarket. There's aisles and aisles of wine, and there's only, a little small section of beer. So, I don't know. Is there a bubble? I don't know. Is it overpriced?
No.
Yeah, some beer is overpriced for sure.
I think at some points there are some beers.
Some beers are overpriced. They put a little wax on the fucking top of it, and it's like, oh, well, that's how you know it's good. Fuck that shit. I don't know. You know when it's good? When you want to drink it again. That's when it's good. We've kind of been on the lager train for a while, and
I want to say like 6 years.
Well, that's
ago.
boring. The lagers are boring. I mean, there's a few good ones, I guess, but we got the technology. We're gonna make good beer.
I'm Francis Lopez. I'm here on behalf of Golden Road Brewing and the Los Angeles Brewers Guild.
I'm Andy Black. I'm from MacLeod Ale Brewing Company, and I'm also here with the Los Angeles Brewers Guild.
Now, what I want to ask you two about is this. Are
Yes.
we in a beer bubble?
How about you take that one, Andy?
Oh, God. Pun. LA, I don't think any trends in the LA market are necessarily indicative of what the larger industry is doing, because it was so slow to adopt, yet the quality of breweries that are opening and thriving here are probably at a different level than some of the earlier cities when their first breweries opened. That might be an unfair comparison, but LA doesn't have many breweries, and the breweries that we do have, so most strive for a strong identity of what they are, which isn't just specifically as a Los Angeles brewery. We're not just trying to be a specific local brewery. It's more that we want to be a brewery of relevance that's beyond just our specific location. Yeah. It's not just trend chasing.
I agree with that. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think that over time, Los Angeles has progressed in a way that we're not just on a higher echelons of self-indulgence here. We're not just a bunch of assholes trying to copy everybody else. We are actually learning from the mistakes of other beer cities who have hit the bubble and seen it collapse. And so for us, it's a lot of experimentation, a lot of finding yourself. And we see a lot of breweries here who are true to what they want to be. So, for example, MacLeod specializes on cask conditioned ales. A lot of breweries can't do that.
We make kegs too.
And British beers and kegs of British beer. However, you know, in another city that's still a budding beer scene where they haven't really found their identity, they haven't found support within their community, that's a brewery that might not survive. But here it flourishes because it's something different, it's something unique, and it's something that, you know, MacLeod's able to bring to the table. So.
The overall trend of the industry is that we're seeing a push forward in quality breweries, and the breweries that are not promoting themselves on quality standards are not obviously falling by the wayside at this point, but my interpretation and the interpretation of several other people within the industry is that there will be a contraction with the industry, but not in terms of consumption, but there will be business failures based on poor business practices and on poor product quality, which is a reason that a business should fall apart. It doesn't mean that beer is dying, or that craft beer is a bubble per se.
We're just weeding through the shit.
You're stripping out the chaff, or however that metaphor. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yes, I have a very important message. I've traveled all over the United States tasting beer for the past 5 years at least, and this bar right here called Nauseas Place is definitely the best beer bar I've ever been to, hands down, period.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, welcome here to the Redondo Beach Boardwalk. Yeah, we're gonna get down in the monkey with the business here at Nauseas Place. This shit is going down. Yeah, boy. Oh.
XOXO Homegrown.